said it was just a game, a way to scare each other at sleepovers. You stand in front of a mirror, light a single candle, and say her name 3 times. Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. But what if I told you that the legend didn't start as a game? What if the mirror really was a gateway? And what comes through is not just a reflection, but a memory of something that once lived. Tonight, we go beyond the story. This is the true legend of Bloody Mary, where she came from, who she was, and why. You should never call her name again. Before mirrors were everyday objects, they were sacred. In ancient times, people believed reflections held pieces of the soul. To damage a mirror was to wound the spirit. But the story of Bloody Mary began long before teenage dares and bathroom lights. It began with a real woman. Some historians trace the tale back to Mary Tudor, daughter of King Henry VIII, a queen whose reign was soaked in blood. They called her Mary the Bloody Queen after she ordered the execution of hundreds of Protestants during her attempt to restore Catholic rule in England. Her enemies whispered that she drank the blood of her victims. Her subjects said her soul could not rest, and when she died, her reflection refused to fade. But across the ocean, another legend was forming, one much darker and much closer to home. In the early 1800s, in the small American town of Chicago, there lived a midwife named Mary Worth. Locals said she practiced witchcraft, using mirrors to see who would die next. Children disappeared near her home. When her secret was exposed, the townspeople dragged her into the woods and burned her alive. As the fire consumed her, she screamed a curse. "When you dare call my name, I will come for you from the glass." And so began the ritual. The modern ritual, candles, dark room, mirror, didn't appear until the 1960s. Psychologists say it was an expression of teenage fear, the fear of death, vanity, and womanhood. But eyewitness accounts suggest something else. In 1978, 3 girls in Illinois filmed themselves attempting the ritual in a high school bathroom. 2 of them disappeared the same night. The tape was found years later in a police evidence locker, covered in condensation. In 1992, a college student in Maryland claimed to see a woman with hollow eyes in the mirror after saying the name. The reflection smiled, but she wasn't. 2 days later, she was hospitalized for severe psychological trauma. And then there's the 2006 case in Boston. A teenager live-streamed the challenge. 500,000 people watched live as the screen glitched after the 3rd Mary. When the picture returned, the candle was out, and on the mirror were 3 streaks of red. Blood, or something else. If you've ever tried it, if you've ever stared too long into your own reflection, you might have felt it too. The room grows still, your breathing slows, and for a moment, your face doesn't quite look like your own. Soft whisper effect, Bloody Mary. Before we continue, tell me in the comments, Would you ever try this ritual yourself, or have you already? Type yes or never, and let's see how many among us are truly brave. And don't forget to subscribe, because the next episode takes us even deeper into the darkness, where a creature foretells disaster before it strikes. That's next week on Urban Legends of America. So what are people really seeing in the mirror? Science has its explanations. Psychologists call it the Troxler effect, a phenomenon where staring at your own reflection too long causes your brain to distort it. Your features melt, shift, or vanish, creating what feels like another face staring back. But then there are the reports that can't be explained. In 2014, a paranormal investigator in Ohio recorded a mirror anomaly during a Bloody Mary test. A shadowed figure standing behind him despite being alone in the room. The footage was analyzed. No signs of editing. No second person present. In 2019, a woman from Louisiana claimed she woke to find her bathroom mirror fogged and written across it 3 words: I heard you. What's more terrifying, that it's all in our heads, or that something really answers when we call. The legend of Bloody Mary has survived for centuries because it changes with us. Every generation rewrites her story, from a murderous queen to a witch to a vengeful spirit of the mirror. She's become more than a ghost. She's a reflection of our deepest fear, that some things, once spoken, cannot be undone. Even skeptics admit one thing. After you whisper her name, the silence in that room never feels the same again. Whether she's real or just a shadow of our guilt, the mirror remembers. If you felt a chill during this story, you're not alone. Thousands of people around the world claim to have felt her presence, even when they didn't call her name. Now it's your turn. Look into the mirror tonight. Say her name, or don't. But whatever you do, don't look away first. If you want to know what truly hides in the dark, make sure you're subscribed, because next week we uncover the Mothman prophecy, the creature that warned of death before the bridge collapsed. Until then, keep your lights dim and your mirrors covered.